It was an age when it was still possible to believe that science would bring mankind happiness. In this time of great freedom, when men lived as men and women lived as women, the two engineers known as the Wayne brothers will challenge the Federation in a deadly fight. This is the world of Battle Garegga, a vertical scrolling STG from Raizing.
Uh, are you gonna continue with the story, or am I introing it right now?
Yeah, let's do it. Continue. Yeah, go. Let's go, Ben, with the intros.
All right. So what's up, everyone? This is STG Weekly, 18 with finally the epic, finally big kingpin shit episode with Battle Garegga. Finally doing it after many requests from avid fans with rabies. They don't even know what they're doing anymore playing this game. They got they're frothing from the mouth. Just inside, they've turned completely white. In fact, the people who play this game have turned clear from playing it so much. They never go outside. Anyway, so it should be a decent episode. We learn all about Garegga. Got checking out a couple of replays today. One from Eaglet, who happens to be joining us today, and he's got a it's 1cc, I assume, clear with a B score, and we're gonna talk about all what that exactly means and stuff. So yeah, welcome Eaglet to SCG Weekly.
Thank you very much. And by the way, it's not a clear.
Oh, it's not a clear.
I got
Okay.
a black part too, but as I told you before, it's gonna illustrate a point.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. That's fine. That's perfectly fine. And yeah, also we're gonna be joined by Trap 15 and Metal today, also offering their expertise and whatever Metal is tripping out on today.
Hey guys!
What the fuck? Who was that?
What's what?
No. Is that Kamui?
What? No, it's metal.
Oh, fuck me. Alright, well,
Hey babe.
so I guess this episode will probably be like Battle Garegga or something now, so.
Oh, you're so cute, baby. But really, FF.
Alright, so yeah, like I say, yeah, we're checking out, yeah, it'll be a pretty good episode here, and yeah, we're checking out Eaglet's B score, and then after that we'll be checking out a pretty much professional replay by a player known as Kamui, who actually went to the Stunfest festival to show off her skills, and I forget what game. Is she playing Garegga there? Or?
Yeah, she was playing Garegga. I watched her play this morning. I got up like at 6 a.m. and watched it.
Yeah, that was actually going on like pretty much tonight and today. So pretty cool stuff.
So I'll interject with a little bit things of what I remember from her replay as she was doing it. So.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
Get some knowledgeable, baby.
yeah, so
You're like a Renaissance man.
Or
all right, so I pretty much right now I'm gonna hand it to the other guys, kind of explain with Eaglet, I guess in particular, to explain what we can expect with this replay. Well, I guess more specifically, what how exactly this game is played from the ground up. So I guess however you want to kind of bring up the intro here, just feel free, Eaglet, to set the tone and let us know how exactly this game is as badass as it is.
yeah, absolutely. Well, starting from point A, I wanted to go into like the history behind the making of the game. And from what I've learned, or from what I think, or from what I've deduced from reading like interviews and stuff like that, then this was the first arcade game developed by Shinobu Yagawa. And I guess it was like Raizing were looking for like up and coming new programmers, and they happened upon him. He had a good reputation because he made Rekka for the NES and stuff like that. So they were like, okay, we're bringing you onto this project that we have, because from what I've read, the lead designer of the game was the same guy who made the Mahou Daisakusen games, and also made like Musha Lester with Compile and stuff like that. And they were like, okay, bring your system and your programming to this, and we're gonna push this as a new experience to the arcade populace. And what happened from there was, he put his like rank system and the scoring mechanics into the game, and also put out a shitload of bullets, unlike anything seen before. And that was one of the first things that people reacted to in the arcades, from what I've heard, when they saw Garegga and like the spread patterns of the second boss and stage 6 and onwards. They were like, holy shit, that's a shit ton of bullets. How can you do that? It's like nobody's done that before. So it was a real trailblazer back in the day. And from what I guess most of you heard, Dodonpachi was inspired by Garegga and its bullet count when it came to like game design and stuff like that. So they were like, how are we gonna outdo Garegga? We're gonna put up the bullet count, and we're gonna tighten up the hitbox so you can actually dodge that shit and stuff like that.
So what year was this game again, Garegga? What year is Garegga? Did it come out?
1996.
Yeah, 1996. It's an awesome game. And I think the reason, or like one of the things that you can see that this game wasn't designed only by Yagawa is from like the attention to detail in the graphics and stage design and stuff like that, because the Mohol Daisaksen guys, they were, according to me at least, great in designing set piece stages and doing super detailed graphics with a lot of tiny things going on in the background. And that's one of the things that you can really see in Garegga too, because you've got all these things going on at the same time, a lot of advanced machinery with a lot of stages and development and stuff like that. So not only is it a good game, but I also think it's one of the best looking shooting games out there. So yeah, I don't know, I guess that's pretty much like a basic part of the development history around it.
It was kind of like at that kind of like the end of the golden era of shmups. I mean, this is pretty much
something new. It was real like a mark, a set mark game, because it changed the playing field. It turned it around, the shooting game genre, into focusing more on scoring and on dodging around these like tight patterns and stuff like that. So I absolutely think it had a bigger impact than most people probably expect.
And would you say that's mostly because of the rank system that these games introduced?
I think the rank system in itself had as much of an impact, because the only one that made games with such detailed rank systems was Yagawa himself. But I think it was mostly influential in like just the focus on scoring and the bullet count.
Really, yeah. There's a lot of different types of bullets, that's for sure.
Yeah, and a lot of bullets too, if you get it up into the latter stages. But yeah, system-wise, talking about the game, what you gotta like put into consideration in the way that you're playing is that you gotta constantly battle a system that's main goal is to like increase difficulty for you, which is manifested in the way that bullets are faster, there are a lot of more bullets, enemies take more damage to kill, and enemies also move faster and more aggressive, like they'll try to ram into you at a much higher frequency, at higher rank and stuff like that.
So yeah,
and the only way to decrease this rank is to suicide.
It's the only way, okay.
That's the only way.
To decrease it.
The tools that the developers give you to decrease rank and still keep going, because if you're suiciding, then that means you're losing lives, and if you're losing all your lives, then you're dying, and that means game over. But not in this game, because if you get over 1 million points, then you will get another extend.
And that's every 1 million points is just a key thing to
every 1 million points is an extend. And that means that not only do you lower rank while suiciding, you also get a lot more bombs. And the bombs in this game are not used like normal bombs, like in Dodonpachi, where there are last-minute resort when you're crowded and you can't find a way out of a pattern or something like that. Bombs in this game are used to gain score. You bomb like inanimate objects in the background, or stuff that's generally a low threat in a specific way in order to get a lot of points. And what that means is that the game turns into a cycle of basically bomb, get points, get extend, suicide, get more bombs from the suicide, bomb again to get score, get extend, and so forth.
So using the bombs a lot for score. Okay.
Yeah, of course.
Oh,
And
that's heavily.
yeah, it is. And one of the things that you gotta keep in mind is that if you're using your bombs for survival, like bypassing specific patterns or stuff like that, then you're not going to be able to score later on, and then you'll be at a loss of points, and then you'll be at a loss of extents, and eventually, if you're at a high enough rank, then that'll probably mean game over.
So there's definitely places to bomb then.
Yeah, there is, and you gotta save your bombs for those places in order to get the maximum amount of points.
And
And if you don't
another,
have any bombs there, then you're losing out big time.
and then I know one of the key features also is you unveil medals too by using bombs. You want to talk a bit about that as well?
Yeah, in specific places in the game, like the start of the third stage and in stage 6, you can bomb specific objects in order to unveil bombs. No, medals.
And we'll be
But
pointing out all sorts of these small little places too once we get the replays going. So
Yeah, absolutely. I'll comment on that. But aside from that, there are also a lot more ways to get score. The primary ways are shooting things and destroying them with the right type of weapon, because there are 3 types of weapon in the game.
okay.
There's regular shot, which is a non-piercing shot that just fires at the surface of an object, and all of the options aside from gain count as shot options, because gain's got piercing options.
Okay.
He's got like these big swords that go through everything. And some ships have piercing shots, like the Grasshopper and what I'm playing with, the Wild Snail or Golden Batmarine.
Okay.
So you got a regular shot, a piercing shot, and then you got options as well too. So you got to use those in different ways in order to kill different things in specific ways in order to get the maximum amount of points. Because some things might yield like 1,000 or 100 points if killed with piercing, but instead give you 30k or something like that if killed with shot or an option.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so there's a lot of like planning ahead, learning ahead, reading up on the game, in order to know what to use at which point. And then after you have that knowledge, you got to put it into practice as well, which is usually harder than you might think.
So yeah, it's very much so like you're putting together like a lot of game knowledge essentially when it comes to Jaguar games. It seems like.
Yeah, absolutely. And not only that, not only do you have to have like a certain amount of knowledge of the game before you play, you also got to have the skills to put them into practice. And on the latter stages, it usually gets pretty tough in Jaguar games. Stage 6 in particular in Garegga is pretty tough, especially if you don't know what's ahead of you. So and that's part of the allure to me, because not only do you have like a pretty advanced system that you gotta like you gotta constantly think on your feet, like how do I want to plan this? How do I want to plan my suicides? Where do I want to put my bombs, etc. Not only do you have to think about that, which is a pretty cerebral experience, you also gotta, it also has very or pretty hard survival in the game. So you gotta dodge shit and be able to do specific maneuvers as well. And to me, that is the part of the allure of Garegga.
So you're saying there's definitely some improvisation that goes on in every run?
Yeah, and especially if you make a mistake, which is pretty easy to do. If you make a mistake, then there are a lot of variables that change, and you gotta change them up all at once. So that's one of the big parts of practicing Garegga, is you gotta practice for all of the unwanted mistakes, so that you're able to handle the situation even though you fuck up.
Gotcha. Do you want to talk about the different items that you pick up and how they affect rank?
Yeah,
stuff like that.
The basic items you got are small shot power-ups, which power up your shot level in different, like you require different amounts of small shot power-ups in order to increase the different levels. To get a higher shot level, you gotta have more small shot power-up items, of course. And then there's a big shot power-up items, which pulls you up a shot level immediately,
Okay.
and you're gonna be able to see that pretty easily in the replay. Then you got some green power-ups, which are option power-ups, and they get you an additional option like satellite or whatever you want to call it for each you collect, and maximize at 4. And not only do you have that, you also have like secret formations that you can unlock by missing a specific number of items, like miss 5 shot power-up items or miss 5 bomb fragments or something.
Oh,
then
okay.
pick up an option,
Oh,
and you'll
okay.
get like homing options or wide option or something like that.
Yeah, okay, I've heard about that from Pink Suites, actually. It must be kind of common in the Yagua games, then.
Yeah, it's pretty much a set standard in Jaguar games that you have secret formations that you can unlock by doing this. And then you
see.
also have the medals, right, Medal?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. In Garegga, they start at 100 points and increase by 100 to 1,000 and 1,000 to 10,000 and maximize at 10,000 points. What's important to know while playing the game is that the thing that increases rank the most in the game, without a doubt, aside from hoarding lots of lives and bombs, is if you're constantly picking up low value medals, like if you're constantly breaking your chain. Because a 100 medal increases your rank by pretty much, a lot. And a 400 point medal increases your rank by a ridiculous amount, like through the roof. And medals with a higher value than that, like 500 and onwards, have the same set value, which is pretty low. So once you've gotten your medal value up, you better keep it, because otherwise rank's gonna rocket. So yeah, that's one of the big parts. Then you also have like smaller details about rank that are pretty, you don't notice them immediately, but you will later on. Because if you power up a shot level with a small shot power up icon, then that's going to increase your frame rank. That is the frequency at which rank increases per frame.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Yeah.
that's interesting. That's really interesting.
Yeah, and it makes a huge difference if you power up early on with a lot of small shot power up items. Then the game's going to be super hard by the end.
So rank increases on a timer rather than just like blips and blips when you pick up items, right? It kind of speeds up like
Both,
the
baby.
curve.
Yeah, and I think Trap 15's got a better way of explaining that than I do, because I guess he knows much more about that.
Yeah, so each item pickup will automatically lower, will raise the rank by a set value depending on what the item was. And then there's
Yeah,
also the per frame rank that is applied to your rank every single frame and usually starts at 16. And then picking up the small shot power-ups will increase the per frame rank by 1 each time you power up a whole level with it. And I believe getting the special option formations also changes it.
Yeah. And another thing that's pretty important to notice is that increasing your auto fire frequency, which you can do by either tapping the shot button at a specific rate or just mashing it, that's going to increase your shot frequency. And it will also increase your frame rank by a different amount depending on how fast you tap the shot button and set the auto fire frequency.
Actually, it doesn't modify the frame rank. It actually just increases your auto fire, but each time you shoot, it modifies the rank.
All right. I thought it had something to do with frame rank, but okay.
Right.
Yeah, as you're gonna see in this replay, I don't think I even increase the auto fire frequency even once, but I do now, because the latter stages get much easier to handle, especially 6th boss and onwards if you got a higher auto fire frequency. So that's something I do now, and that late in the game you don't get as much of an impact as you would from doing it early on. So if you feel like maximizing rank, then you should, and also of course bombing increases rank by a lot. So if you want to maximize rank early on, just set the auto fire up to max. Only pick up medals below the value of 500 and bomb at all times as soon as you can, and then rank's just gonna skyrocket.
So it's a really risky slope, because if you're playing for score, the rank's going to be really damn high, but then you got to use that score to get the one up so that you can survive. So it's all about like kind of finding that like nook, right?
Yeah, exactly. And one of the things to take into consideration as well is that rank decreases by a higher number, which means a lower rank, if you got less lives in stock.
Okay.
So suiciding down to your last life is the thing that decreases the rank by the most in the game. And if you got lives over, I think it's 3 or 4 stock lives, then rank's not going to decrease by much at all.
That's a really good thing to know. That being on the last
Yeah.
life is important. Okay.
So, and that's going to be one of the points that I go through by the bigger differences between playing Golden Bat and Gain. Because with Gain, you want to stock your lives and bombs in the end in order to utilize the Black Heart 2 trick,
Okay. Okay.
which I'll explain more in detail later on.
Okay,
But yeah,
so-
this is pretty much, yeah, I guess this is the setup of the game, and this is what you should take into consideration when watching it.
Someone in the chat asked about the option formation stuff. Do you want to talk about the option usage? I don't think you got.
Yeah, sure.
Can quite get to that.
You got 4 basic option formations, which is wide, or like it shoots in a semi-wide arc.
Yeah.
That's option formation number 1. Then you got number 2, which is back, where all your options are pointed at the back and just shooting downwards. Then you got front, the third one, which is where all the options are shooting right in front of you. And then you got rolling, I think is what it's called, where the options just spin around your ship and shoots, just pretty much randomly around you. And then you got follow, which works in a bit like the Gradius following formations, in that the options are going to be aimed in the opposite direction you're going.
Okay. Right.
So if you're going to the left, then your options are going to be aimed to the right. And that's utilized in a lot of ways in order to shoot specific parts of a boss, or to shoot enemies that you can't otherwise get to.
Right, and so that plays into into exactly what you want to shoot with your option or with your regular shot, right?
Yeah, exactly. And that's one of the big parts I've got to get through, option handling, especially if you're playing with Golden Bat, because he's got a piercing shot, and a lot of boss parts in the game get you a lot less points by killing with piercing. So you got to utilize your options in different ways in order to shoot them and kill them with options instead.
So the option handling is pretty important. Cool.
Yeah, it is very important. It's very important.
All right. Anything else to add that you guys think we missed about introing the game? Otherwise, we could probably get to the replay. I've already been showing you a replay, and we've already gotten through pretty much most of it. But we're gonna show it again, obviously. But it's good I've been showing it because it's kind of demonstrating all the stuff we've been talking about so far.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I've got some shit to say. Like,
Yes.
I had a bunch of shit to say, but I forgot a lot of it now. But both of you bitches were like kind of wrong about increasing the auto fire rate. It's actually a multiplier when you use higher auto fire rates. It multiplies your frame rank increase. So
All right.
that's
Yeah,
how
I
it
thought
works.
it had something to do with frame rank as well.
See, Trap beat the shit out of his battle butt raid rank system, and it totally sucks dick. But Battle Garegga is pretty similar, so I mean, it's just better. But anyway, so yeah, he was probably just getting them mixed up. But there was some other totally important shit, but I'm pretty sure we'll just be able to get to it in the replay.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, feel free to interject, Metal, when you're
Totally, baby. You know it.
cool.
All right, so let's get this shit rolling.
Yeah.
All right, cool. All right, I shall do a countdown then. 3, 2, 1, click. Will be it, and we shall be underway for SU Weekly 18. All right, 3, 2, 1, click.
Echo. Alright, so I've selected the wild snail now, and if you either push A, B, C at the same time, or if you wait for the counter to run down, then you're gonna get the golden bat, which is a ship that's a bit faster. It's got a a bit tinier hitbox, and it's got like regular shot power level, so it's not nerfed in any way. And as you saw in the beginning, that's one of the ways in order to get like the maximum amount of bomb fragments with the golden bat. Here I power up with a tiny shot power up, just because I want to get as high a shot power as possible early on in order to milk the boss for more tick damage. And as you can see, there's a big plane to the left here, and I save that because if you kill it at the right time, when it's by the second like crane arm or something, then you're gonna get a big shot power up from it instead of like nothing. So as you can see here, that's a big shot power up. And yeah, that's pretty much it. It's the first stage is very straightforward. There isn't really anything special taken into consideration unless you're trying to maximize score for that specific stage, because you're saving your bombs and your lives in order to suicide lives away to do specific tricks and use the bombs on the flamingos in the second stage.
Okay.
Famous flamingos.
Yeah,
And
and
as you
also,
can-
if you're...
Yeah, go ahead.
Alright, it's also important if you're playing like Gain or anything. I mean, I know we'll be able to say that later, but it's also important that you don't miss any medals, obviously, but that you don't miss any enemies, because if you do, then you might get stuck trying to do the suicide trick and not be able to pick up a medal, and then you lose your medal chain, and then you may as well just restart, because it's like all screwed up.
Yeah. And as you can see here, I position my options to kill these big propellers and the propeller in the middle with options, because you get like, I think it's 50 or 30k points per propeller.
Good to know. Good to know.
50k. And the nose give you 50k too, I think.
Well, and here's the famous nosedive.
So they want you,
And
they
very
want you to say
sharp.
those parts. Cool.
Yeah, and all of these things require pretty specific planning, because if you get locked in there and don't kill the middle propeller, you're gonna get raped by the wing. It's just gonna smash into you and you're gonna lose a life completely unnecessary. And here's where I suicide in order to get into the boss, use my options to kill the middle tower and get a maximum amount of points. And boom.
Well done.
So the nice thing is whenever you start a credit, like you can always practice that stage 1 boss, right?
Yeah, and you know, there's a lot of way to like maximize it. But I think the most I've ever gotten from it was 640k or something.
Okay.
But if you want to get any higher than that, then you gotta put up your auto fire frequency, and I don't want to do that. And here's like the first mistake of the video. I had to pick up that medal in order to not lose my medal chain, which meant that my bomb hit the castle a bit later than it should. Because, you know, just to explain, you know, like even more basic here, when you bomb that castle, it's gonna release some birds. And as you saw there, I bombed the birds and they give you a lot of points. And what determines how many birds are released and at what value they are is pretty much by how quickly you bomb the castle.
I
So
see.
you're supposed to bomb the castle when it's in full view, as you know, as soon as it is in full
Right,
view.
okay.
If you want to get a lot of points.
Awesome.
I actually, and because I bombed it too late, I missed out on a lot of points here. I usually get like, I usually have around 2 mil 400k.
Yeah,
at
but
that
that
point.
yeah, so that was a lot of points. I mean, that was pretty much a full extend right there, 1,000,000 points from just that.
Yeah, or 1.5 million or something like that.
So bomb your flamingos, people.
Yeah. And
If you do it right with Golden Bat, you get a 2 million. It's pretty sexy.
Yeah. I think the world record is like. I talked to the guy Demon Yamanaka while I was in Japan, and he had I think it was 2 mil 900k after the birds.
Wow.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. I don't know how he did that. The best I've ever had was 2,600,000.
Wow. That's really good too.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's not like it happens every run, you know. And here I demonstrate 2 ways to dodge this pattern. The first is to tap dodge away, because the bullets are aimed and they're all gonna pass behind you. The second way is this, where you do like a sharp turn, and then you get, as you saw there, an opening in the pattern. Um, and I've actually found a new strategy for dealing with this boss, a lot better than what I do here. Here I wait 5 turns and then I suicide. But the thing is, the boss movement is very random. And if you bomb the boss, because the trick is suicide, get into the middle, bomb the boss, and kill the outside rings. As you can see, I'm trying to do here. But instead of staying down there, he moves upwards. And everything above the insert coin line on the top part of the screen that becomes invisible or invincible. So you can't kill it. And that means that, my mad ball trick fucked up completely because I wasn't able to kill the parts and instead it focused on the core and killed the core too quickly.
So you missed out on a lot of points there, okay. Eaglet?
Oh, jeez.
Alright, well, someone else can take over. You're kind of not
Metal,
Eaglet.
come on in.
My video desynced, so I mean, I'm pretty sure I know like where he is. He's like, did he already blow up the canisters?
He just did.
Yeah,
All the
just right
metals?
now.
All right, perfect. So like, he's blowing those things up, and there are metals inside. And if you blow up those popcorn that are on the ground with a bomb, you also get points. So that's why he does it. And let's see, yeah, it's just hanging up from me. I don't know what the hell to do here, but he's just going up there, blowing up the things, getting bombs and getting medals, and he's preparing for the next section where you blow off each side of the hovercraft completely, and then when it stops moving, you can get an extend. But in the meantime, he's going to be weakening parts of a giant aircraft bomber carrier type doodly diggly dogglies. He's going to be bombing stuff and getting lots and lots of points. It's like getting a medal every single time you blow up one of those things. It's like 10,000 points plus the bomb tick damage. So it's like a medal and a little bit. And then you can like get tons of points. Like you can get like, I don't know, like more than 100,000 points. You can probably get close to like 200,000 points, at least 150, I'm pretty sure. But can somebody tell me where he is now?
He's he's almost to the pad.
Yeah, 7:55, 56, 57, 58,
All right,
59.
he just like
8 minutes.
died and shit.
Yeah, he
8
did.
minutes. All right. Oh, hey, I can see the preview there. So he bombs that right side so he can get tons of points because those green ships that are on the ground give you tons of points when you bomb them. So then he's going to be picking up the medals and approaching the third boss, Earth Crisis, which has the best theme song in the game. And so, yeah, he's going to shoot off all those turret things because they give you a bunch of points. Some people like to bomb those things, but like, whatever. He's stealing a lot of bullets, and stealing bullets increases rank. Stealing means sitting on top of the enemy so that the enemy doesn't shoot them bullets. But, it's not really that big of a deal, because he's going to be milking the boss, and he could be doing the same thing, but not with as many bullets. But it doesn't really matter. So what he's going to do, he's going to blow up the front 3 turrets on each side. He's gonna wait until one of the big missile things starts spinning before he destroys the final little turret. And then he's gonna blow up each side in a row because it's really easy to lead the missile and then just like move around and shoot stuff. So, what time are we at?
We're at
9:15, 16, 17.
9:15. Yeah, so he's pretty much done with that by now. He's just gonna like sit there in the middle at like the optimal position to like milk the boss. He's not using auto fire, and that could help a lot, but he doesn't really care because he's like so manly. But like he knows he's just gonna get like all these points anyway. But like, you can sit there and milk that for like long time. In fact, we're gonna use this long time for me to fix where I am. So like, what time is it at, guys?
9:50, 9:51, 52,
9:50, okay. Alright. So it's at I just clicked and I'm at 10:04. Is that right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
you're a little bit ahead.
a couple seconds
Yeah.
ahead.
Alright.
Fine.
That's just fine. So he's gonna sit here and he's gonna keep getting all these tick points with his piercing shot. And it's not really worth it to do that with anything else, but since he's using the ship with the piercing shot, it's like totally okay. So
you get more
when he
points
wants
'cause it's
to kill the
piercing,
boss, he's gonna break that turret on the right and then kill the boss. And it's gonna be really cool. It's a really cool pattern. It's really awesome. You can do all kinds of pretty things with it because it's so easy to manipulate.
It's like the foreplay before, like, you know, you really insert it in, you know.
Yeah. That's a good like analogy there. Quest, you're like experienced at this.
Yeah. It's trying to relate to, you know, a buddy.
Yeah, baby. There's like a cool trick that like Eaglet can tell you about, but you can like make a big explosion, and that's what these games are like totally like about. So this clever boy used a cool option formation that he used just by pressing the button at the right time, and it was cool. But he bombed that big pipe there, and it gives you 10,000 points, and it drops an option. So if you happen to need one, it's really useful. Now he's gonna bomb those like oil cans, and he's gonna like get points for them. There's another big pipe that he's gonna bomb, and there's a bunch of pipes on the right side that give you like a ton of metal. It's so awesome.
I like to
So you could say he's laying pipe there, huh, Metal?
I like to bomb
Downright
your
he's laying
pipes.
pipe, baby. If you'll also notice, he's bombing as many of those popcorns as he can because it like gives you like a totally bunch of like cute points, and it's really awesome. And there's a big bomb, but he doesn't pick it up because you don't really want to pick it up because it's just not necessary to have it, and it's just gonna like raise rank a lot.
Oh, okay.
Just by having
What-
a full
what
bomb,
drop?
okay.
Yeah, like he's gonna blow up those things and pick up all the metals, and that's pretty much just like straightforward. It's just tough to figure out a pattern and do it. But like what Trap was like hesitating about earlier is that, you know, like there's a number and it's really big and it decreases at a certain amount per frame. And when you pick things up, that's the difficulty, the rank.
Okay.
It's variable. So like it goes down towards 0, which is, I guess, I don't know what the maximum, I don't know what the lowest number it goes to is. Might be 0, might be like 100,000 or some shit, I don't know.
Alright,
but
alright.
that's how rank increases. So he's at the tanks now, right? The big tanks.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What you could do is like suicide, and it would just like break all those parts, and you could get like free bombs. But he kind of fucked up, and he only gets 2 bombs. But that's okay because he wasn't really feeling too confident anyway, and he just wanted to. I don't really give a shit. But he gets all the metal rails and shit.
So he's bombing those rails, right? To get...
Yeah.
Okay.
What he does is he leaves, you can see on the left side, he leaves some stationary ground metals up so that in case he fucks it up, he can save his metal chain and not have to worry because there's a lot of metals upcoming.
Oh, so he really railed it hard, huh?
Yeah, baby. He was railing it like none other. So, did Satanic there for his top things? Like, is that already down? Did he bomb again?
Yeah, he just bombed them out.
He just bombed. Okay. He's doing that to destroy the top 4 turrets because that makes the big black things, that shoot out destructible bullets come up. And if you blow up those, then a bunch of popcorns come out, and you can shoot them for like a lot of points. Like this entire boss is worth like 900,000 points if you do it right. It's pretty bitchin', baby. Maybe 800,000, something like that. Pretty sexy. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna take apart, like, wait, is there someone there? Or is that me?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm here now.
Oh, yay! Eaglet's back!
Hey, what's baby?
Holy... No,
Yeah,
fucking
we
connected.
missed you.
I'm gonna kill this fucking bitch.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling very confident without you around. But
I'm back here.
what time? Yeah, I'm at 14:30 right now.
Yeah, 37, 38, 39,
Yeah,
40,
now he's on
41.
side. He's like blowing up all the turrets, like taking it all apart, killing it with the right, not piercing shot, all that tasty shit. And he's gonna kill the boss a little bit early, but that's okay because like it's not like a record or anything.
Yeah,
But like
I gotta tell you, like the biggest mistake I made during this stage was that I didn't suicide at the 4 big tanks. If I did that, then I would have probably been able to pick up at least 5 big bombs, which would have enabled me to get as many metal rails as possible. But I didn't want to chance here, so that's pretty much what happened.
Exactly. So what
Yeah.
time are we at now?
We're at
23.
53, 25,
53. Shit, okay.
26, 27,
30.
28, 30.
29. Yeah.
30, 31. All right. Tell me when you're at 35. That's about 35.
35.
All right. All right.
Yeah,
So like
here's, like-
he's Whoa. Did Eaglet just talk, or was that me?
Yeah, I did, I did.
All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bombing was sexy. Like.
You got like
And
yeah.
the color-
This is the big trick in this stage,
Oh,
where you gotta bomb all of the propellers on the like flying fortresses or whatever you want to call them, in order to get
Shit.
maximum amount of points.
Okay, bomb them. Okay, cool.
okay.
Yeah, and then you gotta kill that, the core, which has two forms. The first one is a small spread, and the second one is a big spread. You gotta shoot those and kill them with options or with shot in order to get the maximum amount of points.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I actually fuck up here. I miss like 4 something propellers just because I did some sloppy positioning with my bombs.
Mm.
It's all good though. They're only worth like 20k each. Like.
Yeah, but
that's
to me, that's
less
like-
than 100K.
I think that's the most amusing part of this stage. Just going zigzagging along these fortresses, bombing the shit out of them, and just collecting some medals and stuff like that.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
a-
it's pretty novel. Pretty
Yeah.
sexy, baby.
Yeah, I know. That's the way I
Yeah.
roll.
Mm.
So like my stream messed up again, so I'm behind. But like just like let me know when you get to know Lavagan or whatever the toboggan is called up the butthole with the poop spreads, because
Yeah.
then I know where we are.
Okay.
Yeah, it's pretty soon.
All
It's
right.
here. Yeah, this is the.
Yeah,
the
okay.
Yep.
I'm
So,
at
Okay, now we are.
17,
know about
24.
this is that
Yeah, 24. That's right.
yeah,
Perfect.
awesome. One thing to note about this boss is that he's got a spread. It's pretty much the same thing as with the first boss, but he's got a spread which is activated when you kill his twin turret thingy. And that spread gets ridiculously fast if you've killed every other part of the boss. So what you want to be doing, what I'm doing here, is that you want to damage the core as much as possible before it pulls out that spread, so that you won't have to deal with it. Because if you have like a full aggressivity spread on you, you're not going to be able to dodge that because it's so fucking fast.
Right. Oh yeah.
So,
I see.
so I don't really maximize the points here on the boss. I just try to get through them with keeping all my lives intact.
It's like you're doing some cooking. You gotta get all like the shit ready at the same time.
Yeah,
Mhm.
exactly.
You got to do
Uh,
your prep ahead of time. Yeah.
Can you
Yeah.
guys tell me when it's 1945?
All right.
All right, we got a minute.
We're at 1833,
Yeah.
Yeah. And there's
1933 or 1833?
1838, 1839,
Thank you,
1840.
baby.
You're welcome.
Thanks, babe.
Fuck.
yeah. Fuck.
Alright,
And
so-
here I killed this boss too early here. With some sloppy positioning, and I don't wait long enough for like the turret to extend before I shoot it, and that means I killed the boss a bit too early. I should have had 8 mil after this boss, but I don't. So big mistake there.
So you suicided all your lives away. Was that to bring down rank for the next stage, or does
No,
it?
it was mostly to do with the bomb trick on the boss, but
Okay.
unfortunately I failed a bit there, so I only gained like 600,000 points or something
So
like
you're
that. but-
suiciding, then bombing in the center to get a lot of points.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
That's the basic trick. You suicide in order to damage like the outer turrets and stuff like that, and then you put yourself in the middle so that your bomb doesn't hit the core, but instead hits the outside turret rings in order to, destroy them separately with a bomb and get a lot of points.
Mhm.
That's one of the like key golden bat tricks.
Yeah, it's much harder than with like Gain or Chita Bornum.
Yeah,
Fucking
because
Golden Bat.
yeah, those characters that have like aerial effect bombs, they're pretty easy to use in comparison, because all you gotta do is wait for the right time, put the bomb in the middle, and then that's it pretty much. It's much easier to control than what it is with the golden bat, because you don't know exactly the way the boss is going to move, and you got to move with the boss, and you got to put out your bomb at exactly the right time so you don't kill the boss too early and stuff.
I find it really fantastic that like you know it's way more difficult with the golden bat, but you can still score almost as much. Like in lots of key scoring places. You're still like 5 million short at the end of the game or some shit, 3 million, but it's 12,
that's
4.
Because Black Heart 2 trick. And
Bombing.
Yeah, you want to bomb those fragments because you get a lot of points for doing that. I should have put out the bomb earlier in order to get more fragments, but I didn't there. I don't know why I didn't, but yeah.
Oh, I'm at 2110. Is that what we're supposed to be at?
You're a little bit ahead. We're at 21-4.
I'm 21-5.
Yeah.
All right. Sounds good.
Black Heart.
So this is Blackheart, the infamous Blackheart.
Stab into your black heart.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, I've always found that the first form, the first Black Heart is pretty easy. I don't know why people keep, saying that it's difficult.
I
don't think it's a cool boss, because as you can see here, I know Miss No Bomb It, and that's the way it always goes, pretty much.
Yeah, I agree.
It's really easy to mess
up. Really overstated in its difficulty.
Yeah.
So Blackheart too. See, I think sometimes players just like say fuck Blackheart and they don't even know how to say 2, because Blackheart 2 is like the most bitch ass boss in like the entire world.
Yeah, it's easily one of the hardest video game bosses ever, because it's so random. That's the worst part about it. There are a lot of things that are completely randomized, and you can't really predict how it's gonna go. There are only some like basic tricks that you can utilize in order to make it more manageable. One of the key things here at this Vulcan spread that a lot of people have trouble with is that you gotta position yourself so that you're at a clear side from the middle, because the spread is always gonna move towards the middle from where you're standing. And if you're standing exactly in the middle, like in this rift between the clouds here, then you aren't really sure which way it's gonna go, and that usually means you'll lose a life or something like that.
Gotta give yourself room, okay.
I think the hitbox is thinner on one side, like it's off center, but I can't remember which side it is for which.
Yeah, it's on the left side, on all the Garegga ships.
Ah, yeah. So you wanna be going from right to left, so you have like less chance of fucking it up.
Yeah, but it's not really about that. It's more that you gotta keep into consideration that you got more playing room on your right side, so that you can stay closer to the bullets on the right side, pretty much.
Ooh, nice.
I thought you said it was on the left side.
Yeah, but the hitbox is more to the left side, so you want to keep...
Oh, yeah, that's what I meant. Yeah, miscommunication, I'm stupid.
And here's a big fuck up. I should have suicided and done the medal collection trick on the gun blips here, but I didn't. And I actually get killed in the process and lose my medal value completely, as I did there. So that was a big mistake. I don't know why I didn't suicide. I really should have. But that part that we just went through is known as the hardest part in the game to keep the medal value, because there are a lot of parts that you destroy that bring out medals, and there are a lot of bullets at the screen, so it's pretty hard to collect.
Absolutely.
Right, okay.
And coming up here after this part here is the infamous wall, which is a turret wall with a core and 6 turrets that fires a lot of shit at you, pretty much. Here's where a lot of people's credits usually end when they haven't practiced as much. And here's a safety bomb. I don't know why I did that. I just felt the pressure, I guess.
Okay. So you're weaving back and forth through that wall.
Yeah, a lot of weaving back and forth. And if you have the playing room to do it, if you aren't blocked by a lot of missiles, then you should be able to macro dodge some of the patterns that the closest turrets are firing at you. Here I should have gotten a big bomb from the tank, but I messed up that too, so you're gonna see the result of that later on.
Oh no, it's another metal drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed a bunch of bombs, but you got the homing options.
Exactly. Homing options is the key to this stage. Because there are a lot of things coming from all sides, and you want to kill them as soon as possible. Also, destroying these tank ports with a bomb gets you medals. And there are a lot of tank ports, so you'll get a lot of points from your medals in this stage. And there also are a lot of item carrying enemies in this stage. So if you got maximum medal value, then you'll get a lot of points.
So
just by
in general, can you just like bomb inanimate objects that are destroyable in stages to get more points? Is that like kind of the general guideline?
Yeah, that's like the general idea, but
Okay.
the objects that you can bomb are very specific objects as well, so you gotta know about them beforehand, you know.
Okay.
And from
Yeah.
these turrets, you have the laser turrets. You can actually get 100,000 points
Ooh.
by utilizing a specific trick that you do by bombing at a specific frame, which means that you'll get 50,000 points from the turrets that you usually get. But you'll also regenerate some of their health, so you can bomb them a second time.
Whoa.
I haven't found out how I'm supposed to do that, so that's why I'm not doing it here. But it is
Crazy.
very much possible, and it's a key to scoring very high in the stage.
Oh,
So
wow.
right before you kill it, you bomb. I see that. Okay.
Yeah. So, and that's one of the things too about Garegga, because you gotta get like a feel for enemies and bosses' health if they are an enemy or a boss that you gotta bomb. Because with rank, since rank is, it's pretty much impossible to have the same level of rank, exact same level of rank every run you play. So you gotta get a feel for how much you've damaged the boss, because their hit point value is gonna change by every playthrough pretty much.
Oh.
You gotta get into
Yeah,
that
just-
zen mode and just, go with the flow.
Wow.
Just a little thing that some people might not have noticed. He actually stops firing when he's blowing those things up with the bomb, because even if you're shooting the bomb and you're shooting with the guns and it died, you're probably not going to get the point because it's just specific that way.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
Like it can only be hit so much at one time, so the bomb will take up most of the hits.
No, it's
Yeah.
mostly
In order to
as-
get
that the bomb, it's like, as I said before, specific types of attacks give certain amount of points depending on what kind of enemy or part it is. And if you're shooting at the same time, then the shots will probably override the bomb, which
Right.
means that you'll do damage with the bomb, but you'll probably get the points from shooting it instead, which are usually lower
Right.
at stuff like that. So yeah, you usually shouldn't bomb when you shoot, pretty much.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
So Eaglet got like 900k out of the stage. It's pretty sexy.
Yeah, I don't know.
That's
This is like, to me, this is one of the fun parts of Garegga, when it gets fun, when you got like, you're on your last life, you're getting close to the next extend, and you got a boss that fires a lot of shit at you.
Tension.
Really
getting
gets
up there.
your blood pumping.
Sick.
That's what I like about it. I really should have set up my auto fire frequency higher for this boss. Partly because you get to kill his earlier forms faster, and also because you're able to kill these arms much quicker. Because every arm you kill nets you a 10k points, which means that the more arms you're able to kill, the higher your score gets. Yeah, setting a higher auto fire frequency gets you more points.
It's funny because there's a similar boss in Batrider. Well, a boss with a similar milking kind of thing. It's called Boredom. Because
yeah.
it's like boring. But it's actually really fun to dodge if you don't know what you're doing. I mean, it's fun to do once you figure it out just because it's impressive, but guys who've been playing this game for 15 years straight, probably, it's kind of gay, but whatever.
Yeah. You know what? This is a tip actually for watchers of the show, especially now that you got the training mode thingy that Trap 15 made. Just put up this boss, the Junkie Monkey, and increase rank by a lot, and just dodge, because it's he fires very irregular and sometimes hard to dodge patterns, and especially at high rank with fast bullet speed, and it's a great way of training for just getting up your reflexes and stuff like that.
Cool.
And here you're supposed to bomb these engines. You get 50k for each engine you bomb.
Nice.
And then you want to keep one of the turrets alive here, because you're gonna be scrolling to another part of the big carrier ship later on. And if you got one of the turrets alive, then it's gonna stay at that specific section for a much longer time, and you're able to milk it for more points from like metal dropping enemies and stuff like that. So as you can see here, I kept that turret alive, and I'm not gonna kill it.
I love that song. So tasty.
Yeah, it's pretty fun because the song increases in pitch by a semitone every time it repeats. And it also repeats infinitely, so if you put it on like, if you play it on your PCB in the sound test menu, then you can get it to loop to like just ridiculous pitches that the sound chip can't even handle, and it will sound like, you know, yeah, like the most disturbing hardcore techno you've ever heard.
That's awesome. I'll have to try that.
Yeah, you should. Speaking of the music, it's actually pretty funny. The reason I started to play Garegga was because I saw a YouTube upload of the Stage 1 song "Flight to the Leaden Sky," and I thought it was, you know, it was awesome.
It is a good song.
And, yeah, it's cool. And then I went by this like newly opened place here in Stockholm that unfortunately is closed now. That specialized in import games and arcade games. They had several cabs and stuff like that. And I was like, I met Sven666 from the Schnaps forum. He's been there a long time, so I guess pretty much everybody will know who he is. And I talked to him about Garegga, if he had it or if he had played it and stuff like that. And he said, yeah, I played it a lot, and you know, we could put it in here. And I was like, yeah, hell yeah! And they put it in, and I was hooked. And that was it pretty much.
Yeah.
Such a sexy romance tale.
Yeah.
Misty eyes. Yeah, so he's like sitting there getting tick points and shit, and he's gonna like kill a bunch of like drowns and shit without like finishing it. Well, maybe, I don't know whether he's gonna kill it, I don't really remember. But if you sit there and don't kill that middle thing, you can get tons of these enemies to like fly out and get tons of points.
I think we like 21 cycles of enemies before the screen goes out. And I actually mess up here because if you bomb this middle part, you get 100,000 points. And I thought I damaged it enough, but I hadn't because rank was different from what I was used to. It was a bit higher. So I actually don't kill it with my bomb, as you'll see here.
So you're saying that you generally get more points from finishing off like parts with the bombs instead of like
yeah,
not
it's just
finishing
killing
them,
them gives you more points
killing
depending
them
on
with
what
the
you
bomb.
killed them with.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
exactly.
Oh, okay, that's really a key thing to know then.
Yeah, so you can damage boss parts and stuff like that with any weapon at all, just so long as you kill them with the specific shot type required.
Okay.
And that's also one of the things,
rank
you know, getting
is
the
so high.
feel of the hit point value of the enemies and the boss parts.
Yeah, those bullets
So
look
we-
like they're going pretty fast now.
Here we go! Blackheart 2.
Wow.
Bitchiest
Alright.
boss in the game.
Stupidest bitch in the game.
Yeah. The big part of scoring with the Golden Bat here is to generally shoot him for as little as possible during a second form, just so you can milk those grenades as much as possible. Then you're just supposed to dodge this. I fuck up here. I place myself in the right corner when I should have placed myself in the left corner. And I shoot him here because I just want to kill him. But you're just supposed to wait for these parts where it just drops grenades and, you know, just shoot him for a lot of points. And aside from that, there aren't really any big scoring tricks with Golden Bat on Blackheart 2. Just survive, shoot, and shoot grenades, pretty much. And here I fucked up by business. I don't know why. That's a pretty easy pattern to bypass, actually. And here I fuck up as well. I was gonna try a new strategy here.
Yes, it didn't work.
Oh,
No, I didn't. I thought that the spread was aimed downwards, not aimed at you. So I was gonna try out, like over hit. But no, that didn't work.
Alright, so there was a question in the chat. How many resets did it take to get the good scoring Blackheart and Blackheart MK2 scoring patterns? Can you field that?
I haven't resetted anything at all, unless I get like a super crap score from the birds or something like that.
I guess maybe he
But
means just how many tries did it take you to
yeah,
get good at
yeah,
it.
exactly. I don't know. Um, I've been playing the game on and off for a year, but I think
Okay.
with like focused practice, I think it took me around 6 to 8 credits or something, just playing the bosses to see what worked and what didn't. Because one of the big tricks with surviving Blackheart 2 is, as you saw there during his last form, he has this thing where he follows you around, he locks into your position, then he drops down and shoots a lot of grenades at a spread at the same time. Which means that if you're trapped down there and you're gonna have to shoot grenades and dodge that super tight spread pattern at the same time, you're fucked if you don't have bombs. But what you can do instead is that if you scroll out to like the rightmost or the leftmost side of the screen, he's going to lock onto your position there. And if you scroll out to the other side of the screen, because the game has like Raiden scrolling, which means that the screen will scroll with you a bit. That means that all of his bullets are going to be outside of the screen and won't be able to, they won't even be seen at the screen.
Right.
So that's an easy way to survive that pattern.
Mm.
But I didn't know about that then, and to me, that's been like one of the biggest challenges to the game, just finding out the parts that, the tricks that you can use and what you should do in a specific part. Because execution-wise, it's not that hard to get up to that skill level, but just knowing exactly what to do is pretty hard.
Gotcha. Okay.
So yeah, that was it. As I said before, it was a shame I wasn't able to record my C.999 run. Because that would have made for an awesome replay. It was good playing all around, and especially good playing against the last boss, Glow Squid. But yeah, I'm gonna record some more runs, so hopefully I'll be able to upload a much better one pretty soon.
Sweet. All right. Well, I think we have a little more story stuff. Frenetic, you want to dramatic read some of the other story of Battle Garegga?
Yeah, you got it. So,
it's kind of
so
interesting.
here's the story, and this was graciously translated by the awesome blackoak who does all the Smurf translations. So here we go. Here's the story. The long night that was like a nightmare finally ended. But when the morning sun rose and illuminated the landscape, it let all know that the nightmare was far from over. A mountain of rubble spread out, covering those places where only yesterday people congregated together and lovers talked of love and their future. Now only the wailing of voices and the weak, pathetic cries of babes ring out. Before long, even those sounds were dissolved under the light of the morning sun, leaving only silence. How did it come to this? In a country town, there lived two brothers who ran a small factory. One day, they received a request which contained an irresistible appeal to them to develop new weapons for the Federation. That day, they were lost in the innocent zeal of their own engineering, competing to see who could design the machine with the most horsepower or top speed. Even if their designs were to become weapons, they never expected a day like this fateful day would come to pass. Thus, with their own hands did they deliver many weapons to the Federation, blithely unaware that their creations would only be used to take life. This was the result of their naivete. What appears before them now is harsh reality, the reality that they had tried to escape seeing, but they will turn away no more. The weapons they created with their own two hands shall be laid to rest by those same hands. There is no honor or righteousness in this, and yet, as their plain engine revs higher, they cannot resist their own pulse from rising with it. Fine, let it be. To fulfill their duty, no great honor is required. All that's left now is to wait for the moment to strike, for all they've become, for all they yet could be.
It makes me cry every time.
So I won't read the rest of it, but you should check out on Shmup's forum, Black Oak's translation. We'll put the link in the YouTube link, and then you can read the story for yourself, guys. But hopefully that fires your imagination.
Yeah, so the brothers were making all the military stuff, and then they got contracted by the Federation, which ends up using their shit for pretty much war, you know, whatever. And then
Super
so like,
evil, genocide.
and so their last designs end up being the planes in the game, and then so all of those brothers' designs are just battling in Battle Garegga. I guess.
Yeah.
Which is pretty. It's a kind of a classic.
Yeah,
Story.
of course. Let's learn. Fuck the police.
Alright, the next replay we'll be taking out a replay by Kamui.
Yeah,
Using
and not only is it a replay by Kamui, it's also the world record.
it's the world record. That's pretty hype.
Yeah, it is. So yeah, you know, I can already see that medal. You got yourself into the Kamui mode.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're
Always, baby.
gonna do some badass commentary here, right?
Always.
Yeah. Yeah, well, okay, I'm just gonna start off by mentioning, like, some of the key differences between the ship that I use, Golden Bat, and Gain, that Kamui use, S.
Go ahead.
Yeah, the biggest difference is that Gain has, you know, his regular shot is just a shot, so you don't have to position your options in order to destroy certain parts with a shot item, but you can just put them on back formation and shoot with your regular shot in order to kill the parts with, you know, a shot instead. But his options instead are piercing, and they're huge swords that, if positioned correctly, can deal huge amounts of tick damage on bosses, which gives you a lot of points. So that means that he's also one of the best characters to use for milking. Not only does he have that, he also has an incredible bomb. It's the best bomb in the game, which is an area of effect bomb that you can place by holding down the bomb button for, you know, as long as you want to. It deals a huge amount of damage on the area that it's placed, and is a lot easier to use than the flames that the Golden Bat produces. Gain also is a lot faster. It's a faster ship, which means that you'll be able to bypass a lot of the more tighter patterns that you'll have to dodge through with the Golden Bat. So survival is a bit easier with him as well, depending on your playing style. But to me, he's a bit easier to play for just pure survival.
Sweet.
Yeah, he's also able to use, like, all of the other, or at least two of the other Mahou Daisakusen characters. He's able to utilize the Blackheart Mark II trick, which is one of the key scoring points in the game. Where what you want to do is hoard as many lives and bombs as you can in order to, bomb the boss, and use your lives in order to gain more bombs and continue bombing, and then suiciding your extents and so forth. And you also want to increase your rank to as high value as possible, because the higher your rank, the more grenades are going to spawn from the boss. And when you're placing your bombs over the spawning points of the grenades, then you're going to force spawn more grenades, because the grenades are destroyed as they are immediately leaving the ship.
Yeah.
So if you put a well-placed bomb over the boss and your rank is high, then your score is going to skyrocket.
Awesome. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
Yeah, you're going to see that in the latter parts of the replay. But aside from that, what you should really look out for in this one is option positioning, stuff like that, because Kamui is excellent at that. She just plays with the game.
Super sexy option play, baby.
And also the classic game trick, which is on parts where you can get bombs points over time by placing bombs, like on Blackheart 2 or on the Flamingo Birds. Then you can use a trick that I call the game over trick, which means that you place bombs so that you'll be able to reach your next extent in a short while, and then you suicide your last life so that you're supposed to get a game over, but instead the extent counter rolls over, and you'll be able to play, but you'll get all the power-ups that you would have gotten if you had continued instead, which is extra bombs among other things. So you'll get a lot more bombs that way, and you're gonna see that in stage 2 here.
Is it easy to fuck that up?
Yeah, it's very, very easy to fuck that up. It requires very specific planning.
And like, you get a game over, it's like, oh shit.
Yeah, as you know, if you're only off by a couple of frames, then you're gonna get a game over instead of.
I'd never heard of something like that in a shmup before. It's pretty cool.
It's pretty awesome. It's fucking game breaking, but it's really cool.
I mean, the only thing I could think of was kind of like in Judgment Silver Sword and Eschatos and those QT games when you're on your last life and there's an extend item on the screen, like you get to stay alive, but it's kind of a different story there.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing in Batrider with, as you said, in Judgment Silver Sword, because extents are dropped. So you can get a similar experience over there. But this particular trick I think it's exclusive to Garegga. I don't think if you can, I don't know if you can use it in Ibarra as well. You know that?
It can be done in Ibarra, but it's like not usually all that worth it, and it's harder. But I mean, if you're at like the last boss and shit, or boss 3, it's like totally worth it, but you have to be a super fucking badass to do it, and do it quickly and get all kinds of shit.
Yeah, Archer style.
I should see if that could be done in Blockade, because it sounds like it probably could.
Yeah.
Don't you have to pick up
actually,
extends in
yeah,
Batrider?
you're right. I just totally was thinking the US version.
Oh, right.
So you're like a douchebag. I mean,
Yes.
I think you're playing the wrong version. You should try the Japanese version.
Yeah, I've been playing the Japanese version. I just totally spaced it for some reason.
Right.
Okay.
Maybe you should talk more, baby.
Yeah,
Listen up.
that would probably be a good idea.
Yeah.
You're kind of like a Mexican. Mexicans are sexy.
Yeah.
Alright, well, anything else to say before we start the Kamui replay? Besides,
Yeah.
like, sucking the cock or whatever.
You know, this is like one of the best replays I've ever seen in any game. It's so incredible. And he also utilizes a newly discovered trick that I'm gonna talk about more later.
That's such a silly trick. I love it.
So
It's in my favorite stage of any video game ever. Stage 5. Battle Garegga. It's the best fucking stage in a video game.
Yeah, it is. You know, just like the set piece, what you're doing, bombing the shit out of those flying fortresses, and just listening to that awesome music.
Dude, it's awesome. You totally like understand. I love like pretending that I'm like the guy in the plane flying over these huge, just despicably monstrous storm clouds with the lightning shooting across each other, and it's just like, oh my god. There are like planes everywhere, and we're like blowing things up, and it's just like the most glorious moment in history.
it's one of the most manly things. Manly.
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
Metal Rock.
Just about as manly as Ibarra.
Yes.
Alright. Alright, cool. Well, let's do the countdown then for the first part of the video. It's 3 parts, so we'll be doing 3 different countdowns. Hopefully we can stay synced for this one. But yeah, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Alright, let's do it. That's the king shit's coming up. Alright. 3,
Hell yeah.
2, 1, click.
Alright. I love every single track in this game except for stage 2. It's so good. Right, so like he's totally picking all this shit up, and he's like so awesome. He only gets 8 of them in this replay, which is weird because I've seen him get all 10 of those on the left before.
Yeah.
But I usually only get 8 because I suck ass.
I think Kamui is going by she now. Yeah.
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 So she like totally gets all these
Yeah.
shit, but she picks up the small shot power up because it makes it much easier to blow up all this shit, so you can get 2 options, which is like totally important. And if you noticed, she set the option to the 5th position to show, so she could like spin the options around and kill the popcorn and not let it get away. But I think she let him get away, but whatever, she's like so good that it doesn't matter. Like right at the beginning, I think one got away. Not really sure though, because you can't see in much detail, but like, yeah, so I'm pretty sure in this replay she does some crazy shit on the boss. Well, she picked up an extra little shot power up there. I'm not sure if you caught that, but that's that she doesn't have to worry about getting the shitty wide option power up if she dies and has to pick up the options again, because it's just inconvenient and shitty and stuff like that. And if you kill those propellers with the piercing options, you don't get shit worth of points. So like, Kamui is like a total babe and like using the options to weaken the enemy, and then quickly switching and humping up on the propeller when the boss is going towards the center to get that shit. And when she uses the options to go across the entire wing there like that, you get shit tons of points because the options are in contact with the corpse wing for like a long time, and it gives you like a shit ton of points and breaks all the little thingies off the wing, so you get tons of points. Now she's just like getting tick points and shit, which isn't even necessary, but like she does it because she's badass. And shit like that. So at this point she'd have 600k if she finished off that propeller thing. She does some ridiculous shit where she like swirls left and right and like doesn't even suicide. Like I suicide every time I play this boss because I can't do that shit. But yeah, watch this. It's just insane. I can't really hear anything, but it's about to happen. You're about to see her switch to options being downward, and she's just gonna like go apeshit on this bitch. It's like unbelievable. You wouldn't believe it unless you saw it. Oh, what? That's not... Oh, I guess you get more points that way because you can shoot across the wings. But I've seen her just like do this thing where you just like make an 8 and you just like spin and all these bullets are trying to hit you, but they like totally can't because they're like bitches.
Yeah, it's on the extras in the DVD.
Oh yeah, it's so beautiful. But that's like the double suicide trick. Now she's got 6,000, now 7,000 point medals because it's so sexy. I usually suicide there once, and I have like about 3,000 or 4,000, and it's like totally sexy. Suicide trick, of course.
Oh man,
You want to be moving to the
That's
right
so
when you do
good.
that, and you die, because then your bomb like goes kind of to the left, but like toward the center, and then you can just pick it up and spam some more bombs. Like, she has just such a bed. Oh god. Like,
One of the things that you got to
she's already
consider there is that you gotta spam your bomb button a lot because there's a strike limit in the game, and if you aren't pushing at exactly the right moment when the birds are spawning, then your button press might not register because the game suffers from spike overload or something like that and doesn't want to load up your bomb. So like the real super players, they put auto fire on their bomb button in order to be able to spam enough bombs during that.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
I set my delay to 6 in main because it works like a bitch. So sexy. Because that way I can like do up, down, left, right, A, B, C, start, and like not have to change my auto fire thing because toggling is for bitches. And yeah. So she's like using the blue shot to kill those things, like after they launch the little missiles, because then you get like a bunch of extra points.
Only after they
And,
shoot. Okay, wow.
That's some sick
so
manipulation there.
Yeah, one of the things that you were talking about, Metal, was that how she doesn't bother about picking up like shot power ups and stuff like that. And the reason for that is that she scores so high and she suicides so much that it doesn't really matter if she's just picking up a lot of shit and increasing rank, because it's still going to be so low because of all the suicides and all the scoring she's doing that it doesn't even matter.
Yeah, and then later on in the game, she'd have a high enough per frame rank increase that if she wants to make this shit bitch and sexy, she can just like spam shot and pick a bunch of stuff up, and rank is already like through the roof.
Yeah, what she's going to do is she's going to position the options outside of the screen, so that you shoot, because you can't have more than one sword per option on the screen at the same time. But if you position them outside the screen, they're just going to spam swords. And swords increase rank by the highest value of any like shot type in the game. So
Yeah,
if you
I'm pretty sure it's
outside the
240.
screen and just spam, then shit's going to get crazy.
Yep. So yeah, now she's gonna like bomb the shit out of this bitch and land the bomb right on top of that bitch, and it's gonna give like a bajillion points.
Yeah,
Like
she
a
gets
free
medal from
extend
this.
every time.
And here we go. Boom.
So
Oh,
good.
man.
Perfect.
Damn, that was
That's
a miss.
Yeah, a million
Amazing.
points. It's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah. So now she's like shooting at the edge so she can hit those little turrets and not break the center turret or the main body. Because that way you can get like, it's 20 or 30,000 points from each of
Yeah,
those
it's
little
30.
bitch turrets. 30, yeah. You get like 240,000 because there are 8 of them. And like, you kill them all and then you kill the main body and you got like shit tons of points, baby. The main
Yeah.
turret has to be killed with shot because it's a bitch. but you know, you only lose like 40k if you fuck it up, then I don't even worry about it, bitch.
Yeah.
I think
And she
it's
suicided there to get bombs to use at these rails over here in the beginning.
Absolutely. And as you can see, this bitch gets out of stage 2 with 5 million points. I can only come out with like 4.5 million at absolute best because I'm so shitty. I'm so shitty, oh god, I just want to kill myself and cut and eat when I see this replay, but, you know, it's beautiful.
Yeah,
So,
best I've ever had was like 3. I don't know, 5 or something. No, 3.6.
oh, but that's because you play Golden Dad, baby.
Yeah,
I
but
play
still,
Gain.
that's a good way of illustrating the differences in playing with Gain and with like the Golden Bat. The scoring potential and shit.
Yeah.
Bomba!
As you can see, she's bombing the shit out of those big silos again because that gives you the medals and shit.
And points.
That too. Kamui only had 3. Oh shit, she got the secret power up. As you can see, her shot power is like, oh wait, maybe not. Yeah, I think it is. It's an extra level because she dropped a certain amount of power ups and then she picked up a power up and now she's like a sexy bitch. And her shot power is like super
Yeah,
high.
Kamui actually, she's now at Stunfest along with Knack and Clover Tack. She
Yeah.
actually brought her own control panel, her Astro City control panel with her autofire circuits. So
All right.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was.
baby.
I was watching her play, and she's really cute. She has like her scrunchie on her left hand for her joystick hand now,
God
And-
damn it.
and she was wearing she like wore like a black top and then like a lace over it. So it's pretty
Oh
nice.
no,
That's
she
not
blew up an
classy.
extra rail.
Yeah.
As you can see, she ended stage 2 with 5 million, almost exactly. She's got 5.87. That's almost 5.9. Like Jesus Christ. Now she's got 5.9. She weakened the shit out of that hover bitch like a totally professional bastard.
Pranay, I actually don't know if it was her own panel, but I do know that she used her own autofire circuit because
Oh, okay.
let's say that I have some information about this whole, some insider information about this whole Stunfest deal.
Ooh, please share a little bit more if you are at liberty to do so.
I guess I could just go over the basic details. Well, I was there when the idea for the whole thing of bringing over Japanese super players to the West was.
Oh my gosh. Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
History.
it was a night at Denny's outside of Hey Akihabara.
Uh-huh.
We
Uh-huh.
sat on with Prometheus and some other dudes and Kamui and just talked about doing like a washoi in the West. And what we're seeing at Stunfest today and tomorrow is what came out of it. So
That is
that's pretty
amazing.
cool. Yeah, I wish I could have been there, but
Oh, me too.
definitely swamped with work, stuff like that. So I couldn't
Yeah,
make
yeah. When Prometheus said he was doing that, I said, "Hey, STG Weekly, we're going to highlight, Adversity's PayPal for donation."
Oh yeah.
I donated myself too. So Prometheus said he was just really honored that, we in the U.S. and like are supporting like France and Japan. So STG Weekly, U.S.
Yeah.
very international effort. I mean, you're a testament to that, and we have many other people from outside
Yeah,
speak on the episode. So thank you.
yeah, it's super cool. And yeah, I mean, this feels like it's a turning point in some sort because this is the first time that Japanese super players have ever been outside of Japan and demonstrating their skills.
Wow.
So yeah, I'm pretty psyched for the whole affair.
Yeah, I hope more and more to come. Like I said, I'm having a shmup meet next month, and we're just bringing all the cabs. We have pretty much all these PCBs and games and whatnot, and it's my sincere hope maybe they can come out to the U.S. as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. You just gotta find some sort of market for it, and I guess
yeah,
smooth sailing from there.
yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but fuck that. I don't know what I was thinking.
Right, so like, she's done a shit ton of milking. I'm at like 11:25, so
Yeah.
I don't know whether this shit's gonna like end pretty soon,
gonna
but
end, yeah.
she's gonna have to
Yeah.
kill this bitch. Personally, I use that forward thing, and then when I go over to the left, oh, she fits right in the middle because she's a super badass bitch. But
yeah,
like,
and the thing is,
I
she also does that because she'd been waiting for such a long time before starting to kill the boss. That if she hadn't done that, then she wouldn't have been able to kill it. Here you can see the scrolling explosion.
wow,
Oh, yes.
wow.
isn't that beautiful?
That's so good.
That was pretty cool. All right.
Right. Next video.
All right. All right. I'm doing the countdown. 3.
Just 1 second.
All right.
Shut. Oh, shut. Oh, bloody cunt.
Yeah, when I think about you know, the having those Japanese players go to France and stuff for Sunfest, I think of it like when Daigo like came to the U.S. for the first time and played like Alex Valle in Street Fighter like Alpha 3 and 2 and shit. and like that was a turning point for fighting games. But for this genre, it seems like it's so late that it's like something like this is finally happening. But like, it's to the point that it's like, you know, there are these people who have played the genre and, you know, they know that it's very deep and, you know, there's gotta do something to kind of get a little bit more exposure to.
Yeah.
games.
I'm just saying we're having a renaissance, you know, at least the U.S. When Aquas approached me about doing STG Weekly, there wasn't really an in-depth show about it, and so we're actually doing the show to try to foment more of an audience for these games, you know.
Yeah, and you know, I think that there is, because what I've seen from like the Stunfest videos and stuff like that, whenever there's a super player playing, it's always a packed hall. You know, people are interested, just walking in from the aisles and just going there and seeing, you know, the shit happening on screen. I'm like, whoa, that's pretty cool. So that's one of the things that I reacted most positively to, because, you know, like, the worst picture that I'd painted in my mind was like 8 nerds sitting right in front of the screen and just, you know, going, oh, that's fucking awesome, and everybody else looking at something different. But that's not the case here, and that's really cool.
I think with you know, like esports and that type of thing becoming more popular, as it has been in the recent years, maybe shmups can enter the equation. And be possibly featured among other games like StarCraft 2 and, you know, the various fighting games and, you know, LoL and all that. But I also think that, you know, with the current state of the gaming industry, people are just going to get bored as shit with all like the current stuff that's coming out and be like, all right, what else can I do that is a skill-based gaming? And you can look to shmups for a very deep genre. And
yeah, I think the biggest problem with that is that shmups are single-player games. So it's not like, you know, whenever there's a big fighting tournament, you got like, like 2 super big famous players playing each other, because everybody's going to be hyped then.
Yeah.
But with, you know, shmups, then you got names by themselves. Like you got Kamui, you got Prometheus, you got Overtech, you got Nak, and so forth. And, you know, there's a big appeal in that because, you know, their personalities and they're very good at these games and so forth. But it's not as big of an appeal as if they were like fighting each other and you had like one side you had to tap for.
I guess they gotta get good at Change Airblade or something.
Yeah.
That was a versus.
I don't think anybody's going to be
thinking around it.
Airblade though.
All right, well. Yeah, so it's just like, I think about that in terms of just like the genre possibly still growing, so, you know, it's definitely so undiscovered still for a lot of gamers, so that's kind of what I think in general. But yeah, let's get this next replay going since Metal's ready.
Hell yeah.
Yep.
3, 2, 1, click.
Alright. Such tasty music. God, every single bit of the music is just so sexy, except for stage 2. It's shitty.
Yeah, speaking of that, Saturn Array, the 66 and stuff like that.
Right.
Oh, the range tracks are very good.
Right, now it's time to bomb all these bitch-ass popcorns for tons of points.
Yeah.
That bomb is so
Love
nice
that.
just because it's like you get one fragment and it's just a big-ass bomb.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just think it's bomb. And the thing is, this is like the Ibarra part of Garegga because you're like constantly bombing. It's like bomba, bomba, bomba.
Just to point
Wait,
out,
I-
because I always do, because it always comes up, that whole bombing shit is only like in the first like 2 stages. Like
Yeah.
after that you bomb shit, but it's not like, it's more like Garegga sporadic than like
And especially
constantly for the whole stage.
Goals and stuff like that. But as I was gonna say, I actually, when I was in Japan, I met the guy who recorded the voice for Bond in Ibarra.
Oh
Nice.
God!
Yeah, that was pretty awesome.
Whoa!
That's
Do the
awesome.
bomba, and he was like, bomba!
Shit.
Your own
Yeah,
personal
I-
Bamba.
I was
Was it a
introduced to
white
that
guy or
spot,
a Japanese
like, I
guy?
heard he and then I bought a beer from him.
Oh.
Yeah, that was cool.
Huh.
It was a great festival. The Washer one was super cool. Just seeing all these like industry personalities, like all these game composers and stuff like that. Because there was a game music festival at the same time, which had like Yak, Yasuhisa Watanabe and Manabuki and all of those other great dudes.
Wow, Miki was there. Gosh,
So yeah, it was super cool.
that is so cool. Oh. God. So, what from being in Japan, Eaglet, like, what would you say, like, the shmup fan or STG fan is like? Like,
In Yeah, I would say that they're very. It's a very like a spread demographic because you got all these like the Akihabara type nerds, but in general they're not like the ones that are getting into the games. Mostly the people who are getting serious about them are people who have like pretty ordered lives with like stable income and stuff like that. They just like the games and they play them on the side when they're not at work. So there are a lot of salarymen playing STGs.
a
Yeah,
lot of
it's like the
salad,
main
man.
market since like.
Yeah, and they've usually been in the game for a very long time as well. When I was sitting down in Hay and playing some Garegga, there was a guy sitting right next to me who could have passed for like a representative of Toyota or something. And he looked like a typical salaryman, and he was like just blowing the shit out of Batrider. He got like an O score or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're in it for the long haul. They've probably been playing for years, and I must say, like, being older and kind of employed as the same way. That's why I've been into shooting games, because you just sit down and it stays new for such a long time.
Yeah,
Like,
absolutely. And I think one of the best parts about it is that it doesn't, unless you're like into a heavy practice session, then a session doesn't take a long time. You can sit there for like 30 minutes and still be satisfied. And that was one of the things that got me into like, that made it possible to actually play shooting games, because I had, I've had a very hectic, life with a lot of work and stuff like that. So the only reason to be able to like play any games or being able to play any games was just finding a game that doesn't require you to sit down for a long period of time.
and yeah, you're right. The return on that 20-30 minute session, you're just like, oh my gosh,
Yeah, of
that's
course.
so much gameplay. I'm so satisfied.
Yeah. Unfortunately, for me, it's like, I've come to that level that I don't really get the additional adrenaline rush that I used to get when playing shooting games, because I know most of them, fairly well by now. But it's still like, when you're getting to that like high scoring run and you're doing super well and you're like, everything is hanging on this one moment, then, it really gets your shit pumping. So
Yeah.
that's what I play for now, at least. I used to play it for kicks, but now I don't.
Well, it's like
Now,
Go shmup, baby.
it's like you do so
Yeah,
many
yeah.
runs, and then it's like finally you have like one where it's like, oh shit, I'm about to like do some epics, doing something epic, and then
Yeah.
like you probably like then you get really excited, and the adrenaline
Yeah, I love
starts
that
going.
feeling, And I think it's a shame that games are like seen as activities for low activity people and stuff like that, because I think a lot of the guys who are into like endurance challenges and stuff like that, like adventure racing and shit, would like shooting games as well, because partly it's a long-term project, and you also get like a lot of physical feedback from playing a shooting game when you're doing either exceptionally well or you're at some part that's super hard. So I think that's one demographic that actually could, get into shooting games if you had an open mind.
Yeah, I actually know some of those guys who played like first person shooters. Like, I know this guy who played Counter-Strike, and he was like totally just like you, baby. So sexy.
Oh,
But
here we
anyway,
go.
so this is the trick. You get this stupid bitch to spin around you, and you
love
shoot
this.
her for.
Come on,
This is-
man. Come
Yeah, this is
on,
the newest,
man.
this is the newest trick discovered in Garegga. It was actually premiered at the festival that I was at in Japan. Nobody had seen it before. And Kamui
Wow, what were people doing like when they saw this?
Yeah, because they have like these two. It's like a Mansai duo that's commenting on the place, and they were like, "Whoa!" and everybody else, especially the
Oh,
like, "What the fuck?"
Wow.
What's happening over here? Because nobody had ever seen anything like this before. And what she's doing is that she's keeping this flame circling the upper part of the screen, where everything is invincible. So she's able to get tick damage points without killing the enemy.
Hey,
this
hey.
is so
Oh,
amazing.
it's so good.
How did he figure this out?
I think she gets like 70,000 points or something from this.
Oh man.
Yeah,
That's
it's
pretty
something
godlike.
sexy like that.
Yeah.
This is some Porco Rosso shit.
Yeah, and you can do this twice in the stage as well.
Oh, wow.
Twice?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, twice. You can do it in this part and right before the nose lavaging boss.
Oh.
You could, like, smoke a cigarette during this part.
Yeah,
You know,
Every,
Actually-
every time the
actually-
plant's, like, on the
it's the
bottom.
same thing with the building of the third boss. You usually put like a vitamin drink can or a Coke can or something, or a beer or a wine bottle even on the shot
Yeah.
button. And you just talking
Kamui
shit.
did this on her replay today for Stunfest.
Yeah.
She did this where she would go in a safe spot, like in the later stage, like take a drink of water. She actually
yeah.
got up from the cab, took the mic, and talked to the crowd a little bit, and then came back and sat down for something.
Yeah, and that's,
So-
that's
That's
what I
so
do when
dreamy.
and that's what I would do when I'm playing like the third boss. I just put something down, like a coffee mug or something on the shot button. I didn't go and take a piss or just drink something.
That's what I always like about shmups with, like, the end of the stage or any part where, like, there's a little break. You can use it to, like, have a little moment of whatever you want to do.
Yeah, sometimes I sit down and I adjust myself a little bit, put a hand down there, scratch them.
Yeah, I don't know if you've played Futari Black Label.
Oh yeah, I played that.
Because in God mode you get a ridiculous amount of like gems if you're playing it well or correctly, and if you're no missing a stage and you get that ending screen with all the countdown, you can just let it sit there for I don't know how long. Like if you have like 30,000 gems or something, it's gonna count down for
Yeah,
Yeah.
minutes.
you can get like a truly outrageous amount of gems up on that
Yeah.
bitch.
So
Yeah.
that's also a good part to take a drink or take a piss.
Yeah. Take
Yeah.
a deep breath. Like you take a deep breath and you just see all that cat. It's like having that jackpot like come in
Yeah.
sound. It's really satisfying.
But that's actually one of the things that I like about Ketsui so much. That there isn't any any call moment in the game at all, because the countdown screen, like the end, the stage bonus screen is very short
It's
as
pretty
well.
short, yeah.
So yeah, you gotta be constantly, prepared to do whatever. So you're like constantly focused, and that's what I like about that game.
So, any
Special
Rube,
power, but so sexy.
any Rube
Oh my
asks
God, she's gonna do
what a
it.
counter stop
Look,
is.
she's gonna spin around.
Oh, yeah, she's
Come
going
on.
to do it here. It's
Oh.
Yeah, I think-
amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it's coming. Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh, she died. God damn it.
Oh, man.
I think that was a
That's loud.
suicide.
Yeah, well, it was good. Fuck.
Dang.
Yeah, she was gonna try to get the. Yeah, she got it. Shit. As you saw there, she got the propeller. It's very hard to get that with Gange, since
Oh my god!
so. Yeah. That's awesome.
All right. Bomb that bitch. What I like to do is I like to suicide when I bomb that bitch, because then like it drops rank by so much and I get an extra bomb and I can like bomb some shit. Especially in stage 2 when you need to bomb the rails. I can bomb it an extra time because I have an extra bomb and it's like a lot less pressure, you know what I mean?
Stage
So
2?
calm. Yeah.
There are no rails in stage 2.
No. When you kill the bitch, when you kill
yeah.
Mad Bull in stage 2,
Yeah, I see
that
what
you can get the extra bomb for the rails.
Yeah,
Totally.
hell yeah.
Oh my god. Look at all the little turrets getting raped. Oh god. Oh, there they go. Look at that.
Yeah, that's one part of the mindset you gotta put yourself in to play Garegga, because the game is constantly trying to rape you, so you just gotta be prepared to put some raping back into it.
Exactly. So
Yeah.
she's got C3 and she's gonna like bomb the shit out of this wing because you can bomb this bitch and get like hundreds of thousands of points. I'm not sure what it is, but I think you can get like 900,000 points out of this single ship. It's
No, it's
beautiful.
like if you get all of the fragments from the core, it's something like 950. But
Yeah.
just from bombing
the
the
ship.
boss, I think you get like 750 or something like that.
I guess that's a good distinction to make.
Yeah.
I meant
Yeah,
in
that's
total.
one of the things you gotta have in mind when you're playing Garegga too. That it's very useful to have like set, goals for how much score you should have at a specific part, since there is like a specific number of points you can get in every stage. Because if you have that, then it will be much easier to keep track of your progress. Like, how well am I doing now?
Right.
Am I getting all the points I should get? Why didn't I get all the points I should get? Stuff like that. Just constantly analyzing when you're playing.
So looking at that point counter pretty often then.
Yeah, hell yeah. For me, that was like when I started playing this game, there wasn't a translation for the later parts of the game, like stage 6 and onwards. So a lot of the things that are crucial to scoring, I had to discover by myself by just, watching the score counter. Like, okay, if I bomb here, do I get more points? Oh yeah, I did. Okay,
Yeah.
mental note.
I guess that would be
So-
the main way you'd find out if things were effective.
Yeah, exactly. So a lot of trial and error.
Right.
Unfortunately, you don't have to do that now, since there's a lot of information about the game out now.
Right.
Unfortunately, that trick with double bombing the laser turrets in stage 6 is not out yet. So, looking for that one.
Ooh.
Maybe Adversity or NTSCJ could like ask the super players and put up a translation on
Yeah, I
platform.
love that. Yeah.
Yeah.
That'd be so tasty.
Our men in Japan,
Hell
come on,
yeah.
come with it.
Oh god, this is such an efficient milking technique. It's like having sex like all day.
Yeah, it's pretty one-sided though.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Get the fuck out, bitch. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God.
Oh god.
Oh, God.
You're fucking
God,
jerk. Oh my god.
God damn it.
Look at those points. Jesus. Look at that. Already 200,000 points and the boss isn't even dead. Jesus. Jesus.
Yeah, I think you can get like 600,000 or something from just milking the boss.
Such a sexy bitch. Such a good plan. Oh my god, look at this. It's just like mind blowing every time you see it. Alright,
Yeah.
like 300,000 already. Oh my Jesus. It's not even the final form yet. Just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, this is. Wow.
Just like the ultimate, utmost pinnacle in like having sex with a video game with your hand.
Alright.
Yeah, she's really working that joystick. It's like a joy stick.
Yeah.
How much joy?
Full
Yeah.
of joy.
Yeah.
So much joy. Oh my god. So yeah, like stabbing your black heart, bitch.
Yeah.
Shit. 8 years hitting away. Oh, something like really tasty rolling that I like read about in blackoak's like translation is like I didn't know this before, but I guess it was like the only real possibility. But all those beautiful, sexy grunts in like Eruptor, like the final boss music and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
They were by Manabu Namege. Like he's like such a babe.
Yeah,
Like,
you know,
I'm pretty sure there's some.
every human voice sound in the game is from him. The extend part, the shot power ups,
Oh, is that for
Oh,
sure?
so
I
all
never
of
read
it
that
is.
before.
everything is Namiki. And that was
I
one of the
thought
things
it
that he said in Japan, because he was like, he said that he was so embarrassed that he pronounced the words so weird in the game. It was like one of the main things that he regretted the most about the soundtrack.
Extend, baby. Extend.
Extend.
Oh,
Extend.
but I really like the in stage 5 because
Yeah,
it's
that you
like
do.
baby.
We need a soundboard for that. Like, come on. We need
I
a
agree.
soundboard. Yeah.
I think it should play. I think like Battle Garegga music should play automatically when you like are on Schmucks forum.
Yeah.
Like
Some embedded
Light
midis,
of the
perhaps.
sky, baby.
Embedded midis.
Alright. Are we like ready?
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
third part?
Yeah.
I'm
indeed.
ready.
All right,
I'm ready.
all right.
Yeah, good to go.
3, 2, 1, click.
Okay,
God.
so what you're gonna be seeing here is that she's gonna hoard as many lives and bombs as she possibly can throughout the stage, because she wants to keep all those lives and bombs back, and also increase the rank and no like. So that's what you gotta think about when you're watching this replay here from.
God, such beautiful option play. She gets every single medal out of that bitch.
That's,
She does some
that's
super
really good.
sexy bullshit up in this part too. Like this part's really tough, and she just like fucks it like a bitch. Like bombing that bitch, like it's nobody's business whatsoever. Like, my god,
Wow.
all these medals just like humping up in this bitch. I like that she uses Gain B. That's the one I prefer because like the smaller hitbox never really seems to help me with like start button. But I like being able to pick up items from slightly farther away because I'm like super shitty and clumsy and retarded. So like it helps a lot.
Yeah, that's one of the main things, as I said before, about playing game, that because the ship is so fast, you usually don't have to worry about, items from afar being impossible to pick up, as they can sometimes be with the Golden Bat. Because you are so fast that you're able to, like, zoom in and pick them up, not even, like, independently of where they are. So
That's right, baby.
that's one of the main pros about playing game.
Yeah, like I really think someone should like hack the game. 15. So like you can like play Miyamoto but have a gain bomb because you could get like way over 20 million points with it because Miyamoto is such a sexy bitch, but her bomb, his bomb, I don't know. Looks kind of like a shade. It's like such a bitch. It's like so shitty, and you can't get like anything from Flamingos. They're from Madball. It's bullshit. It's
No, but
total
it's awesome in a way because it's the best bomb for survival because you're pretty much invincible when using it.
Yeah,
Unlike every other bomb.
points. Oh god.
Yeah,
The
boy.
points.
Hey, you got a question from Pestro. He says, could you explain a bit more about the off-center hitbox of the player ships?
Yeah, sure. On the Gain, and I think it's Bornam and Miyamoto, the hitbox is centered. On Shifta, I think it's more to the right, and on all the Garegga ships, it's like 2 or 3 pixels to the left,
Okay.
which means a lot when you're like dealing with super tight patterns, like some of the spreads that Junkie Monkey, the 6th boss fires, or the Vulcan spread from Blackheart 2. that was one of the big turning points for me in surviving that attack when I realized that, okay, the hitbox is more to the left, so if I place myself more to the right,
Such a good metal pickup.
when I'm dodging that attack, then it will be easier to dodge, and it was. So,
Right.
yeah.
It's so important to know where your hitbox actually is and what it is in a shmup. It's
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
if you're
And
gonna
that's
learn a game,
one of,
like, you really gotta know.
Yeah, and I really dislike that about Garegga because it would have been so much easier and more intuitive to play if you had a centered hitbox. And it's the same thing with Diogo or Black Label too, where the Type A ship has an off-center hitbox as well.
See, like, personally, that's part of why I always liked Garegga, because, like, Yagawa games in general, like, that includes, like, Ibarra and shit, because, like, I don't really ever really know. I mean, I know, but most of the time, if I'm executing a scoring pattern, I don't really pay too much attention to where my hitbox is, like, except in, like, very, 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 very tense moments, and there are only, like, a few of those. Like, I just dodge with the sprite. It's so much easier for me, and I like the way that this game allows you to just, like, do that shit, because lots of the patterns, like, most of the patterns are just, like paths and corridors and shit, and you just gotta, like, get through them like a bitch.
Yeah, but you know that's mostly true with, like I said, like Miyamoto and Game. But if you're playing with Golden Bat, then all those type patterns are gonna become a real bitch because you can't dodge them, you know, on center. Especially not if your rank is high and the bullets are at fast speed or in a tighter pattern. You really gotta know your hitbox then, which is a bitch if it is an off-center hitbox.
Yeah. God. So amazing. Look at that F.
Yeah, let's
Such a
see here if she can no miss this part. This is probably the hardest part in the game to no miss. Because these
I always fuck up
spawn
with Miyamoto.
so close to you, and there's a lot of shit firing at the same time. You got these, like, the tanks with the blue turrets. They fire a super tight spread with a lot of bullets, and they're pretty hard to dodge.
Yeah, the bullets are almost invisible in the replay. This looks like shrapnel everywhere.
Exactly. So
It's much easier to see on a big ass cabinet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just looks chaotic in the video, which is funny.
Yeah. My YouTube quality is shit because otherwise it, like, lags up like a bitch. So I can't really see shit, but you know.
It's alright. It's already kind of crappy video.
Yeah. Important to notice here is that the rank isn't that high as you would think here. Either way, you know, the rank here is pretty much the same as in my replay. So it hasn't really gone up that high yet, which is mostly because she has been suiciding so much that the rank is still at a low value. But you're gonna see from here onwards, especially in the last stage, where she's just trying to increase rank as much as she can, and you're gonna see a huge difference in bullet density and the amount of bullets fired and the speed.
Right.
Yeah, she picked up tons of items, so, like, she'll be able to, like, get that per frame rank up like a bitch. Especially with the auto fire, like, multiplies your per frame rank. It's, like, so sexy.
Yeah.
The thing is,
and
you just have to, like, take time to, like, get your rank up.
And putting the options outside of the screen and just spamming them out.
Yeah, so quick.
And as you can see here, because Gain is such a fast ship, it can, you know, bypass a lot of these patterns by just macro dodging them, while playing with, like, the Golden Bat, you gotta dodge through them instead.
Mm-hmm.
God, rank is so high that she's, like, just getting tick points out of these bitches because, like, it takes forever to kill them.
It's not that high though.
It's so high, bitch.
You're high.
No, baby. I'm just drunk. Drunk on my loving for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, noon isn't too early to drink beer, right? And I've been drinking since noon. But, no.
Yeah, I'm just
Just
sitting here
because
with
I
my
care.
Battle
away.
Garegga.
Battle Garegga.
Garegga.
That's 7. Oh my god. Oh god.
It's so manly that it automatically becomes gay. It doesn't really have a choice. It's
like the Toiniki thing.
Yeah.
Oh, geez.
But as you can see, I think.
Like I
she's
said, guys, if you're
Yeah, go ahead, man.
like if you're in California, SoCal Shmup Meet, I'm having a homebrew of Raizing.
Oh God,
Rising Hefeweizen.
that sounds like a dangerous combination, honey.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we're gonna have a lot of just men working those sticks, drinking and drinking.
Oh God.
So Metal, if you want to come out and meet some manly men, come on down.
Oh Jesus, don't tempt me, honey. Can't afford it. I pay so many hookers, like Jesus. I don't think I could even afford the ticket.
Fuck.
Well, I was gonna say that this form here. I think she's gonna milk this form for like 4 or 5 minutes, which is a very long time. But I think I said this before, but if I didn't, you get 10,000 points for each arm you destroy. So you just want to keep on destroying them arms, and before killing the boss, pretty much, and you'll get a lot of points, man.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah,
Looks like a-
I've already gotten like 600,000 just from the boss, roughly. I wasn't really paying attention, but that's how much I got.
She's already up at a G score, right? Yeah, G.
Yep.
Gangsta skull.
Damn right, Jay.
Yeah.
Oh, wait a sec. Oh, never mind. Ran away.
And as you can see here, there's a turret at the bottom part of the left screen, which doesn't fire at all. And I think that's like, there's a limit somewhere in the screen as to where enemies can fire from, and that seems to be it pretty much, because none of the enemies there are firing at all. I hadn't really thought about that before, but
Every bullet you steal increases rank. I think it's per frame, actually. So, like,
No, it's
I don't
one
remember.
time.
One time? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a lot. So, like, she's
Yeah,
doing
it
it like a
is quite
bitch
a lot.
to get tons of shit.
that
God.
dodging between those missiles was some of the sickest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, maybe,
that's
especially with
pretty
the
crazy.
fat hitbox.
Yeah.
Like a dog and a horse at the same time.
Yeah, once again, sealing bullets is when like you're too close to the enemy. If they won't shoot at you, that's pretty much what it means.
Yeah, and also if you're bombing the bullets.
Okay.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Okay, I think she's gonna do a classic little thing here where she positions herself in between. Yeah, in between the missiles. I usually do that when I play the game too.
Yeah,
Oh, just
it would
to-
be so sexy if there were graze points, but there aren't.
I think this is the point where she just got up and said hello to the crowd in France at Stunfest.
Yeah.
Like, all right. But someone asked about the Saturn port in the chat. It's very good. Blackoak himself sold his PCB and just kept the Saturn port. So if that
Yeah.
attests anything to it.
There are some differences. Like, first of all, if you unlock the wait option, which you do by clearing the game, I think, then you can get some sort of slowdown in it. But it's nowhere near arcade perfect. And if you haven't done that, there's no slowdown at all in the game, which changes it up a lot. But aside from that, I think it, in terms of game mechanics, it should be pretty much identical to the arcade release. But I haven't really played it that much, and since I own the PCB, it's like, I don't even want to bother because it's arcade original, and yeah.
Yeah, fuck
And as you
loading
can see
screen.
here, with increased rank here, there are a lot of bullets fired at the same time.
Damn.
Wow.
Yeah,
Fuck loading screens, baby.
yeah,
PCBs for life.
hell yeah. I got a pretty ridiculous collection by now. Shit,
Yeah, mine's getting kind of absurd too.
I think
My
I got
first PCB was like my favorite
Almost.
game, and I didn't need anything else after that. But I was a stupid bitch, and I bought Striker in 1999.
That's a good
awesome.
game.
Yeah, it's a really
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, I
I
had
got like
that.
1,000,000 points in a week, and then I dropped it, and I haven't played it since because it's a faggot bitch.
As you can see here, here's what I was talking about before. She's positioning the
Whoa.
swords outside the screen and just increasing the rank.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh god, look at all those tick points. It's like going up at way more than 1,000 per second. It's like so beautiful. Look at all those points.
Let's see how many cycles she gets here. As I
What
said,
are we
I
at?
think
Oh, like,
4, 5, 6.
God, that special power-up shot is like so strong. Oh god. So gorgeous.
Yeah, she got 27 cycles, and I think that the reason for that is because she's got pretty high rank now, and I think the ships spawn faster that way than they otherwise would have done.
Yeah.
Because I usually get like 21 or something like that.
God, such high rank. Look at all those ships. Jesus. I don't remember how many came out at Blackheart 1, but like I think 6 is the maximum. I usually have like 3 or 4.
No, you get
Maybe
a lot more
5.
than 6. I think you can get like 12 or something like that.
At Blackheart 1?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Never gotten that many before.
You never got 12 at once.
Black Mark 2 trick here whenever you do grenade spam attack, which is going to be pretty soon. I think it's now. Drop a bomb. Look at the points.
God, that's
H-L.
crazy.
Yeah.
H for hella points. Nice dodges.
Yeah. The hardest thing about this game when you're like increasing the rank is that Glow Squid, the boss afterwards, is going to be ridiculously hard, which you're going to be able to see. You're going to make some real tight dodges then, and with Gain, as he's a very fast ship, it's going to be, incredibly hard. So, look forward to an amazing fight.
Those grenades you were talking about earlier, right?
Yeah, that's the grenades.
Oh my god,
Yeah,
the points.
bombing the shit out of the grenade. You get like
Dude.
400k every time.
That was like,
Yeah,
Fantastic.
Oh.
5 ships. Oh, look at all those bombs.
Yeah.
Damn, shit's like corn pops.
Yeah. Wow. Delicious point corn pops.
Yeah. This is how you score.
Fucking golden corn pops.
It's amazing that she's just so close to the end of the game and she's just being so calm and just says, I need to get the points, just so much risk.
Yeah, absolutely. But, for most of these super players, getting a clear and a high score is, of course, like the best possible, result, but it's mostly about the score anyway, so even if you don't get a clear but you get a new high score, then, you'll be pretty satisfied with that as well.
Yeah.
And here's what all those extra lives were for. Getting bombs. And boom!
And them got the dynamite, baby.
Yeah.
Damn.
Oh, that's so good.
Oh, double bomb!
Yeah,
The
baby.
bomb.
Gain is so good at this part. Like, if you could fit up Gain's bomb on Miyamoto, you could just like score like God all day. It'd be so beautiful.
Like God. God be
You need the
scoring.
pushing options as well, though. Oh yeah, that's some perfect fucking timing. Being able to kill that boss over there, because it had so high HP now, and just being able to time it like that and kill it before it timed out it's a real mark of a true super player.
It's masterful. It's artful, baby.
Yeah, it is. It is. Like watching God.
Yeah.
And a ridiculously hard boss fight ahead of us. I mean, just look at all those
Oh,
fucking
jeez.
God, look at how quickly that thousandth place is counting out. It's like 5,000 a second. Jesus.
Oh, gosh. Look at it.
Oh, man.
Oh.
Damn. Sounds like an orgy in here.
Yeah. And
Gonna have to change my pants.
It's like having these group chat lines they used to have them back in the day where you can just call and talk to a whole bunch of men online. They're waiting.
What the?
Yeah, baby.
It's kind of like a circle of friends, that we're on here.
Like a circle
Shmups. Shmup circle.
jerk.
Ooh.
I
Yikes.
don't remember if she gets them, but on the second form of this boss, when she brings out her arms, there's like a ridiculously hard combination that you can get if you get two of these spread shot turrets firing, because they fire like 13 bullets each, and at high rank they fire ridiculously fast. Yeah, the one on the right there is one of those spreads, and if you get two of those at the same time at high rank, then shit's gonna get fucking crazy. Yeah, I mean, just look at all those fucking bullets.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
God damn.
Yeah. Oh, this is a bit easier. And what kind of turrets the boss brings out is also completely randomized. There's no way to determine what's gonna come out.
Oh, man. That's really tense.
Oh!
Jeez.
And yeah, when the boss starts to time out and gets killed. Okay, it wasn't in this replay, but there's another one where she does like this ridiculous dodge, unlike anything I've seen before, when the boss is just spamming shit and she still managed to get through it. Or it's so crazy.
Right.
Oh, man.
Oh no, metal chain.
Oh.
She still gets like another 300,000 points, like 400,000 points, including the boss kill.
Yeah, you get 300,000 for killing the last boss.
Oh, it's just 300. Oh, Jesus. I thought it was like one or two. Like, honestly, I thought it was one. It's pretty nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's
So
clearly potential
there
for a
is-
higher world record.
Yeah, of course, 21 mil should be possible. Absolutely.
So beautiful. Me and
And-
Meadow could get like 25, I'm sure, with Gain Bomb.
The Samurai Dragon. Yeah, there we go. The world record.
Oh.
Completo.
Yeah, that score says PK. Well, she had some PK power going on there, that's for sure.
Wow, that is.
Damn right, baby.
Ah.
Some ESP shit.
That was
Hell yeah.
insane.
Wow.
Rag.
Oh, yep. That was badass.
Wow.
Yeah.
Kamui.
Yeah, and seeing that shit live is fucking ridiculous. Just going to Hague, and Kamui's there and tearing shit up, you're like.
You get to see Kamui, like you got to see her play. Wow.
Yeah, she actually had like a private little session, when she was like giving me tips and shit, and I played a run where I got an A or B score or something, and she was like, "Yeah, you got good playing going on." I was like, "Yeah."
Oh my gosh!
Yeah,
Oh, I
that
was
was
totally
cool.
melt. Oh.
Yeah. I'm going back there this summer, so I'm probably gonna meet her again and get some shit going. So
Oh, please do. Yeah.
try to write a report after that.
So beautiful.
So,
Yeah.
Kamui is actually from the Ainu mythology. It's the word for a spiritual or a divine being. I think I said that last time for the Tale of Altanex, but I just want to bring that up. So we did see some definitely divine play there.
Yeah, I've heard that it means like God's lightning or something like that. Yeah.
Sexy. I feel kind of disappointed that I started drinking and I didn't really, bring much to the table. I mean, that's kind of a waste, even. I should have been prepared.
No,
No, it was
What
shitty.
was fabulous
Do you remember Futari Ultra? I was a black man, goddamn you. Like, I was prepared, okay? I was ready. I had a lot to
Yeah.
say. This
Yeah.
time, I just, like, stroked a wiener and cut my own throat.
come on. Don't say that, Metal. Well, I know.
Why not?
It
Does
was
it not
good.
sound good for the viewers at home? Are there children present?
Nope.
I hope not.
Even better, even better. No, come on. We need to educate children. We're raising the next generation, so I hope.
Yeah, we need to educate children on how they should be, like, interned and, like, put to work, like, as janitors, maybe. Yeah. They could, like, stay at the building overnight, and, like, it would be like daycare. They could, like, wash windows at night and, like, be a janitor all day. That would be
Man,
perfect.
Yeah, one of these days we'll have the dream where we'll have Sigma, Theta, Gamma, new fraternity for
Oh, yeah!
players, and we'll all live together. You, me, Metal, Aquas, whoever else wants to come, and we'll just live in the house and just play shmups all day. And
Yeah, it sounds beautiful.
yeah. So guys, anyone who wants to make this dream come true, message me. PM me on Shmups Forum. We
Message
can
me
make it
on-
happen. I got
message me
cabs,
on
got
name.
these full.
Do it.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh,
Yeah, so,
yeah.
Battle
Yeah.
Garegga.
The Aki, got any good action lately?
Well, Caladrius came out, so I might be getting some gothic chicks coming up.
Oh.
Oh,
How's the effect like, Luke?
that guy. Use the force. Use the force.
Come on, man.
How's your sex life, Mark?
I don't even know what happened.
Dying, man.
You
gotta-
okay?
You got.
What?
Did Chris R come to your house and break your nose?
I'm sorry, guys.
Who?
I just lost a little control. I was getting. Oh.
Yeah. You were tearing me apart for a second there.
Okay. You guys got anything else to say about Battle Garegga or what?
Yeah, like,
I feel
Madball
pretty
is like such a tasty bitch.
Yeah.
That was Eaglet,
Pretty
and he
much
plays
my one.
Garegga because he's a tasty bitch.
Be sure to read Blackoak's translation because he translated the whole manual, and there's a little bit of odds and ends that are really interesting. So it's
Yeah, props out to Blackoak.
big props out to Blackoak.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah, I
get.
love Blackoak. I heard a rumor, like, Mexicans are super hot. Is that Trap 15, like, true? Like, I would
Not
think that you
even
would know.
Mexican.
What do you mean you're not Mexican? What does that have to do with anything?
That is a spicy burrito. Oh.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you gotta make him run laps, and then when you spread his cheeks, it's just like a spicy burrito.
Okay. Okay, on that.
Yeah. Oh, you know what I really like? On Glow Squid, when he's like flipping on all those weapons, it totally reminds me of like the variety of toys I have. Like, they've all got like different purposes and like different shapes and like different like patterns of use, but they all achieve a similar goal. And that goal is like a little death. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's pretty hot.
I'm not sure what that means, but alright.
Well, you have to know a little bit about literature, but otherwise, it's pretty obvious.
Wow. So are we still on the air or?
Yeah.
Yeah, or
Oh,
That-
sorry guys.
Oh,
I was just gonna. Oh, well, guys. I hope you enjoyed this Battle Garegga episode.
Battle
I know, I
Garegga.
Yeah.
Also, draw more Madball fan art. That design is amazing. We need more
Yeah.
drills.
More,
Yeah,
more
baby.
drill.
Oh my god, you know that like Dreamcast Dojin game that was gonna come out with drills? What's it called? Drildo? No,
Drill bit.
no. What was it? But it looks really cool. And when it got canceled, I was like crushed. I don't know.
I think it was called
Maybe I
Drill,
asked like K Buzzo about it. I'm pretty sure he knows.
Mr. Driller.
Oh no, but he's a cutie. ISO plays Mr. Driller too. He's a cutie. Yeah, that's glasses really do it for me.
Alright, well, cool. So yeah, that's SCG Weekly
Oh.
18.
You mean hot, baby?
That's SCG Weekly 18. Thank you, Eaglet and Trap and Metal, for joining and talking
No,
about it.
thank you.
Yeah. No, thanks, Metal. Yeah.
We have to get a little cleanup. We have to get a little we're gonna need a little cleanup crew for Metal sent over there.
Voice that I
Yes.
just felt. Oh, God.
I got a little too wet over there in the seat, so
Yeah.
the white.
It should be called batter.
I spilled my beer all over. Pretty wet now.
Yeah, you're gonna okay. All right.
Okay.
So yeah, SCG Weekly will be next week. I don't
We're
know.
almost at 2 hours and 40 minutes. There are only like 40 seconds left until we get to 2 hours and 40 minutes. Do you think we can make it? Do you think you have the endurance?
Whatever. All right. We'll see you guys
Whatever.
next. See you guys next week.
Next week.
Seconds.
Yeah. Yeah. Bye, guys.
See ya.
Live life. Play shmubs. Go full
Draw
shmup.
Madball fan art.
Ah.